Welcome everybody once again. So we are in our second class for module 6. We are studying the plastic theory or plastic analysis of structures. In the first class, in the last class, we saw the basic terminology of plastic analysis. We saw the stress strain curve for mild steel, idealized stress strain curve for mild steel, the plastic bending of beams, what is yield moment, what is plastic moment, what is elastic section modulus, and what is plastic section modulus. Then we saw the how a section behaves under plastic moment and yield moment. So what is the case? What is the condition for yield moment? And how to derive the plastic section modulus or plastic modulus of section. We saw all these concepts in our previous class. So today we are going to see about shape factor. So what is shape factor? So shape factor is defined as the ratio of the plastic moment of a section to the yield moment of a section. So we can write it as the shape factor is symbolized as S. It is symbolized as S, and it is nothing but the ratio of plastic moment of a section to the yield moment of a section. So S is equal to MP by My. MP means plastic moment of a section. My means yield moment of a section. So plastic moment we know M by I is equal to F by Y. So F means sigma, right? Stress by Y. So M is equal to sigma into I by Y. So that is equal to sigma into Z. So we have already seen the yield moment My is equal to yield stress into section modulus. So this is nothing but elastic modulus of section or elastic section modulus. So My is equal to yield stress into elastic section modulus. MP, that is plastic moment, is equal to yield moment into plastic section modulus. We represent plastic section modulus as ZP. So you can cancel this sigma y, that is yield stress. So we get shape factor is equal to plastic section modulus by elastic modulus of a section. Plastic modulus of a section by elastic modulus of a section. So you can define, that is why here it is plastic moment of a section by yield moment of a section. That is nothing but plastic modulus of a section divided by elastic modulus of a section. So shape factor can also be defined as the ratio of plastic modulus of a section to the elastic modulus of a section. Now, see, if you see the plastic, if you see the shape factor, it depends on the section modulus. We know section modulus Z is equal to I by Y. So I is nothing but moment of inertia. For example, if we take a rectangular section, moment of inertia is equal to BD cube by 12. Moment of inertia about the centroid will be equal to BD cube by 12. So this moment of inertia depends on the breadth and depth of the section. That is, it depends on the geometrical property. It depends on the dimensions, the geometrical property of the section. So moment of inertia depends on the geometrical property of the section. What is Y? Y is nothing but the distance from the neutral axis to the extreme fiber. That is Y. So Y is also, Y will be equal to D by 2. So which means I and Y. So Z is equal to I by Y. So I and Y, and hence Z, that is the section modulus, depends on the geometric property, which implies the shape factor is a geometrical property and depends only on the shape of cross section. Depends upon the dimension, depends upon the geometrical properties about the breadth, depth. If it is a circular section, depends upon the diameter. So we can conclude that shape factor is a geometrical property and it depends only on the shape of the cross section. Now we will, so that's all about the shape factor. Now we will derive shape factor for a few standard sessions. So first of all, we will see what is the shape factor for a rectangular section. Now, So for determining the shape factor of a rectangular section, let us draw a rectangular section. So this rectangular section is of, let us take the breadth of the section as B and depth of the section as D. So we know for the rectangular section, the neutral axis passes through the centroid, right? Passes through the center. So this is D by 2 and this distance is D by 2. Okay. So now, see, this is the neutral axis. This is nothing but the neutral axis. Here, since it is a rectangular section, it is nothing but equal area axis. Both neutral axis and equal area axis remains the same. Now, in order to find the shape factor, we know shape factor is equal to plastic section modulus by elastic section modulus. So first of all, we will see what is elastic section modulus. We know elastic section modulus. Z is nothing but ZE. Elastic section modulus for a rectangular section is, it is I by Y. So I is BD cube along the centroid. It is BD cube by 12 multiplied by I by Y. Y is nothing but D by 2. Y means the distance from the centroidal axis, from the neutral axis to the extreme fiber, to the longest extreme fiber. So here both extreme fibers are D by 2. So our Y is D by 2 or D by 2. So Y is D by 2. So we get Z is equal to, you can cancel, here you get square, you can cancel this D, 2, 6. So we get Z is equal to BD square by 6. This is elastic section modulus. Now we will calculate the plastic section modulus. We know the formula for plastic section modulus. We saw it in the last class. What is plastic section modulus? Plastic section modulus is equal to half of the area. It depends upon the equal area axis. So here this is the equal area axis. So A by 2 means half of the area, right? So A by 2 multiplied by Y1 plus Y2. Now what is Y1? Let us take for this area. See this area. This is the first area, this first half. So for this, let us take the centroidal axis. Let this be G1. This is the second half below the equal area axis. Let us take the centroid of this half is G2. So Y1 is the distance from the equal area axis to the centroid of the first area. This is Y1. And here, this from the equal area axis to the centroid of the second half, that is Y2. So here Y1 is equal to, this is D by 2. So Y1 is D by 2 divided by 2. So we get D by 4. So this distance is D by 4. Again, this distance is D by 4. So we get Z plastic section modulus is equal to area by 2. So what is area? Area is BD. Area of the rectangular section, BD by 2. That is half of the area, BD by 2 multiplied by Y1 is D by 4 plus Y2 is D by 4. So we get BD square by 8 into 2. So we get BD square by 4, which means the plastic section modulus for a rectangular section is ZP by Z is equal to, ZP is BD square by 4 into 1 by Z. Z is BD square by 6. So we get the shape factor for a rectangular section is 1.5. So remember the value, shape factor for a rectangular section is 1.5. See this number, this value you have to by heart it. You should know how to derive. Also you should know what is the exact value. Okay, 1.5. So shape factor for a rectangular section is 1.5. So very simple. Now we will find the shape factor. We will derive the shape factor for a diamond section. So for that we will draw a diamond section. Okay. So for this diamond section, this is the neutral axis, right? So here also our neutral axis and equal area axis remains the same. Now let us take the breadth of the diamond section as B and the depth of the diamond section as D. Okay. So this distance is D by 2. This is D by 2. That is distance from the neutral axis to the extreme fiber is D by 2. D by 2. D by 2. Now we know the shape factor is equal to plastic section modulus by elastic section modulus. So first of all, we will see what is elastic section modulus. Elastic section modulus Z is equal to, for a, it is I by Y, right? Okay. For a diamond section, I is equal to BD cube by 48. See how to find the moment of inertia. You have already studied that in your engineering mechanics. So these are the standard values and standard shapes. So you should remember this. So moment of inertia, for otherwise it takes a lot of time to solve the problem. You will not be able to solve the problem in the while it comes for the university examinations. Okay. So moment of inertia. Calculating moment of inertia, you can use parallel axis theorem, perpendicular axis theorem, etc. Okay, so that is beyond our scope now because you have studied it earlier. So now we will write the value for I directly. So I is BD cube by 48 divided by Y. So Y is the distance from the neutral axis to the extreme fiber. So it is D by 2. So we get Z is equal to BD square by 24. Now we will calculate ZP. So what is ZP? ZP is equal to A by 2 into Y1 plus Y2. So area we know. See how will we calculate the area? First of all, we will calculate the area. Area is equal to, see this diamond section is a combination of two triangles, right? So two triangles. So 2 times area of this one triangle. Area of this one triangle. This triangle is half into base is B into height is D by 2. So we get, you can cancel this 2, we get area as BD by 2. Now we will calculate what is Y1 and Y2. So what is Y1? Y1 is nothing but the center of gravity of this portion. Let us take this as G1 and this point is G2. So our Y1 is equal to, Y1 is the distance, this is Y1, is the distance from the equal area axis to G1, and Y2 is the distance from the neutral axis, from the equal area axis to G2. So for triangle, see, you know, if this is a triangle, if this is our centroid G, the distance will be 1 by 3 of D. If the depth is D, this distance is 1 by 3 of D and this distance is 2 by 3 of D. So this distance Y1 will be equal to from this, right? So 1 by 3 of this depth, the depth of this triangle, that is D by 2. So Y1 is equal to D by 6. Similarly, Y2 is also equal to D by 6. So we get, so now we can substitute, we get ZP is equal to area by 2. Area is BD by 2 into 2. This 2. Multiplied by Y1 is D by 6 plus y2 is d by 6. So we get Zp is equal to bd square by 12. Now we will substitute, we get the shape factor for a diamond section S is equal to Zp by Z. Plastic section modulus by elastic section modulus. So bd square by 12 divided by Z is bd square by 24. So that is nothing but 24 by 12, that is 2. So which means the shape factor for a diamond section is 2. Remember this value also. So shape factor for a rectangular section is 1.5. Shape factor for a diamond section is 2. We will move on to the next. That is a shape factor for a circular section. Very simple. Circular section. So for that we will take a circular section. Let us take a circle of diameter d. Okay. So the neutral axis of a circle will pass through the center of the circle. Let us take the center of the circle as O. So this is neutral axis. So for circle also neutral axis is equal to the equal area axis. Both are same. So here also it is the same. So you can write S is equal to Zp by Z. So we know Z is equal to, for a circular section, Z is equal to pi d power 4 by 64. Sorry. Z is equal to I by Y. So I is b d power 4 by, not b, pi. Pi d power 4 by 64 divided by, what is y? Y is distance from the neutral axis to the extreme fiber. So this is d by 2. D by 2 and d by 2. So we get d by 2. We get Z is equal to pi d cube by 32. Now we will calculate Zp. Zp is equal to area by 2 into y1 plus y2. So y1 is nothing but distance. You take this as g1 and this as the centroid of this semicircle g2. So this distance, you know the distance from the, for a semicircle, the distance from the base to the centroid will be equal to 4r by 3 pi. So this distance is y1, that is equal to 4r by 3 pi. 4 into radius by 3 pi. Here also this distance is y2 and the distance y2 is equal to 4r by 3 pi. So what we get is Zp is equal to area. Area is pi d power 4 pi d square by 4. Pi r square or pi d square by 4. Okay, pi r square is equal to pi into d by 2 the whole square. So you get pi d square by 4. So pi d square by 4 divided by 2, this 2. Multiplied by y1. y1 is 4r by 3 pi. So 4r by 3 pi plus 4r by 3 pi. So we will substitute pi d square by 8 into 4r. R means d by 2, right? D by 2 into 3 pi plus 4d by 2 into 3 pi. So we get Zp, plastic section modulus, Zp is equal to d cube by 6. Now S is equal to Zp by Z. So that is equal to d cube by 6 divided by pi d cube by 32. So we get 1.697, which means the shape factor for a circular section is 1.697. So remember, shape factor for a rectangular section is 1.5, shape factor for a diamond section is 2, shape factor for a circular section is 1.697. We will move on to the next shape factor. Next shape factor is shape factor for a triangular section. See, triangular section is not as easy as the previous cases. This is because this is not symmetric. See, previous cases, your neutral axis and equal area axis were the same. Both equal area axis and neutral axis lies on the same line. But for a triangular section, the case is different. Neutral axis is different from equal area axis. So you have to calculate both separately. So for that, shape factor for a triangular section, first of all, we will consider a triangle. We will consider a triangle. Okay. So let us consider a triangle of breadth B and depth D. Okay. So we know the neutral axis for a triangle lies somewhere here, right? So this neutral axis, this is called a neutral axis, and this neutral axis, the distance will be d by 3. This distance will be d by 3 and this distance will be 2d by 3. So we know shape factor is equal to Zp by Z. So first of all, for calculating Z, it is I by Y. So I for a triangular section, I passing through the centroid is equal to BD cube by 36. So BD cube by 36 divided by Y. So what is Y? Y is the distance from the neutral axis to the extreme fiber. See here, the longest extreme fiber is 2d by 3. See, this is d by 3. The distance is more for this. This is the greater distance, so that you have to consider this distance. So this distance is equal to 2d by 3. That is Y. So we get Z is equal to BD square by 24. So this is a symbol. Now you have to determine ZP, that is plastic section modulus. So for considering plastic section modulus, we have to consider equal area axis. So equal area axis is different from neutral axis. So for that, you have to once again draw another triangle. See, same triangle, but we will take the neutral axis. Marking everything in a single triangle will make us confusion. Okay. So same triangle. So you take the, okay, we'll draw a triangle here. Same triangle. So let us imagine our neutral, sorry, this cannot be equal area, right? Let us imagine this is our equal area axis. Equal area axis. So equal area axis means, see, we have two parts now, this one triangle and one trapezium. Equal area axis means the area of this triangle will be equal to area of this trapezium. So this area is equal to this area. Okay, so that means we know ZP is equal to A by 2 into Y1 plus Y2. So we know area of this triangle is equal to half BH. Our aim is to find what is Y1 and Y2. So Y1 and Y2 is different. So for calculating y1, we consider the triangle. Okay. So for this triangle, let us take this point as G1. Here the center of gravity for this trapezium is G2. Now, see, we know this is B and the depth is D, right? Now, let us divide this. Let us take for this smaller triangle. The width of this smaller triangle be B1. Let us take this as B1 and this depth as D1. So automatically for this trapezium, the bottom width is B, top width is B1. This depth of this trapezium will be equal to D minus D1. Okay. Now we will calculate D1 in terms of D and B1 in terms of B. So how can we calculate that? See, we know area of this triangle. Area of this triangle. Let us take let us name this triangle as A, B, C. So area of triangle ABC is equal to half into base. How much is base? B1 into depth is D1. But we know this area of this triangle is half of the area of the total triangle because this equal area axis divides this part and this part equally. So the area of this triangle, that is triangle ABC, is half into B1 into D1. That is nothing but that is equal to half of area of the larger triangle. So what is area of the larger triangle? Half into base into height. Okay. So what we get is, from this what we get is, you can cancel this 2 to, you get B1 is equal to BD by 2D1. Also, see, these two are similar triangles. This ABC, and you can name ABC, D, E. So these triangles are similar triangles. That is, from triangles ABC and ADE, you can say that BC, that is B1 by B, B1 by B is equal to D1 by D, from which you get B1 is equal to D1B by D. Okay. So we can take this as equation number 1 and this as equation number 2. So equating 1 and 2. So 1 is equal to 2. From equating these both equation, what you get is BD by 2 times D1 is equal to D1B by D. So you can cancel this BB. So what you get is D square is equal to 2D1 square. So from which you get D1 is equal to D by root 2. Now you can take equation number 2. So what you get is B1 is equal to, instead of D1 you substitute D by root 2 into B by D. So from which you get B1 is equal to B by root 2. Okay. So now what is this distance? That is y1. See, this distance is y1. This distance is y1, right? This distance is y1. So what is y1? Y1 is equal to d1 by 3. Y1 is d1 by 3. Okay. So we will write y1 is equal to d1 by 3. So what is d1? D by root 2 into 3. So what we get is y1 is equal to d by 3 root 2. Now how will we calculate y2? So y2 is this distance, right? This is y2. So y2 you can use the formula. See formula, the center of gravity of a trapezium section from the smaller breadth is equal to this B1. See y2 is equal to, this distance is equal to B1 plus 2 times B. This B1 plus 2 times B divided by B1 plus B. Okay, this is shorter. You have this top width. Shorter width is top width. So this B1 plus 2B divided by B1 plus B multiplied by this depth. How much is this depth? D minus D1. D minus D1. This is Y2. Okay. So now we will calculate Y2. So Y2 is equal to 2 times B1 plus B divided by B plus B1 multiplied by D minus D1. Right? So we will substitute the values. We get 2 times B1 is nothing but B by root 2 plus B divided by B plus B1 is B by root 2 into D minus D1 is D by root 2. D by root 2. So from which we get y2 is equal to, you can calculate this, you will get y2 is equal to 0.155 D. Now you can find ZP. So ZP is equal to area by 2 multiplied by y1 plus y2. We get area is half into base into depth multiplied by 1 by 2 into y1 is d by 3 root 2 plus y2 is 0.155d. You get ZP is equal to 0.09775 BD square. Now the shape factor S is equal to ZP by Z. You get 0.09775 BD square divided by Z is BD square by 24. You get S is equal to 2.346. This is the shape factor for a triangular section. Next, see remaining things. I am giving you the question. You can do it for practice. Next is the shape factor for an inverted triangular section. I will give you the clue. You can continue. So inverted triangular section means your triangle will lie like this. So if your triangle is lying like this, if you take the neutral axis and equal area axis remains the same. Okay, your neutral axis and equal area axis remains the same. And for this section, your I will be equal to BD cube by 48. And Y will be equal to D by 2, D by 2. So you can easily calculate the remaining things also because it is just a triangle. You will get the shape factor equal to, for an inverted triangular section, your shape factor will be equal to 2. Okay. Now, next example is the shape factor for a mild I section. So this will be an example problem. See, all those, the other things were the standard shapes, very important standard shapes. Now, if you consider a mild I section, and if you are taking the width of the I section B as 200 mm and the depth of the I section as 250 mm, the flange thickness, the thickness of the flange as 20 mm, the thickness of the web as 10 mm, and if you are taking sigma y, yield stress is equal to 252 Newton per mm square, calculate the shape factor. So how will you find the shape factor? First of all, let us draw the I section. So it is given in the question, the breadth of the I section is 200 mm. The depth of the I section is 250 mm. Thickness of the flange is 20 mm. So this thickness is 20 mm. Thickness of the web is 10 mm. So this is 10 mm. Sigma y is 250. Sigma y is given as 252 Newton per mm square. So we are asked to find the shape factor. So now we know shape factor S is equal to ZP by Z. And Z is equal to I by Y. Elastic section modulus is equal to I by Y. So how will we calculate I by Y? So here, see, this is symmetric section, okay? Your neutral axis and equal area axis remains the same. See, when you look into the problem, your neutral axis and equal area axis remains the same. It is a symmetric section. So our I, how to calculate the I? We know I for the rectangular section passing through the neutral axis is BD cube by 12. So here B is 200, D is 250. So BD cube divided by 12 minus, see this part, minus this and this. So here B is, this is 10, right? So remaining is 190. So minus 190 BD cube, this depth. So totally it is 250, 250 minus 20 minus 20. So it is 210. So 210 cube divided by 12. This is 210 cube. Okay, divided by y. Y is the distance from the neutral axis to the extreme fiber. So totally it is 250. So 250 divided by 2, 125. Y is 125. So we get Z is equal to 910.273 into 10 cube mm cube. Now we will find what is ZP. So ZP is equal to area by 2 into Y1 plus Y2. So what is area? Area is equal to, so area of this rectangle plus this rectangle plus this rectangle. So you will get the area as 10100 mm square. Now Y1 is the distance from the equal area axis to this moment of this center of gravity. So we will take this as G1 and this point as G2. So this distance is your Y1 and this distance is Y2. So both are same, right? Because it is a symmetric, Y1 will be equal to Y2. So how can you calculate this Y1? So Y1 will be equal to Y2. So that is equal to, if you are so we know this is nothing but A1 Y1. We have two portion, right? If you are taking the first half. See for this, we will take the first half. First half means it is like this. So this is 200, 20 and 125. So A1 Y1 plus A2 Y2 by A1 plus A2. So A1 is, so if this is 125, this is 105, right? 125 minus 20, 105. So A1 is 105 into 10. This distance is 10. So 105 into 10 plus A2 is 200 into 20. Sorry. So A1 is 105 into 10 into Y1. So how much is Y1 here? It is 105. We will take this axis. So it is 105 divided by 2 plus area 2. Area 2 is 200 into 20 into Y2. Y2 is 105 plus 20 by 2. So A1 into Y1 plus A2 into Y2 divided by A1, that is 105 into 10 plus A2 is 200 into 20. So we get Y1 is equal to Y2 is equal to 102 mm. Now we can substitute and we can find ZP. Okay. So ZP will be equal to, ZP will be equal to substitute the area Y1 and Y2, we get ZP is equal to 1030.2 into 10 cube mm raised to mm cube. So now you can find the shape factor S is equal to ZP by Z. Substitute, you will get S is equal to 1.132. And our plastic moment MP will be equal to sigma y into ZP. So sigma y is already given in the problem as 252 Newton per mm square. ZP we have calculated it as 1030.2 into 10 cube. We get MP, that is plastic moment, is equal to 259.6 into 10 raised to 6 Newton mm. Okay. So same way you can find the shape factor for any given section. Any section is given for you. You can find the shape factor. So for practice you can take a few problems. So the next problem is you can find the shape factor for the given problem. So your given problem is like this. See, this is your homework problem. Just to try to solve this problem, right? So this is I section, but it is not symmetric. So the top width is 100 mm. The bottom width is 150 mm. The width of the flange is 20 mm. Here width of the bottom flange is also 20 mm. The thickness of the web is also 20 mm. So find the, okay, the total depth is given as 190 mm. You can find the shape factor for this problem. I will give you the answer. The shape factor will be equal to 1.352. So next problem for practice is a T section. Here the top width is 100 mm. The bottom width or width of this web is 10 mm. Width of the flange is also 10 mm. This depth is given as 90 mm. So solve this problem, find the shape factor. So for this problem, the shape factor will be equal to 1.80. Okay, same way you can find the shape factor for, I think this much is enough for you for practice. regarding shape factor. So shape factor is nothing but the plastic section modulus by section modulus. Apply the formula, find the plastic section modulus, find the section modulus. And important thing is you should know how to find the moment of inertia I and the centroidal axis Y. Center of gravity, finding the center of gravity, find the moment of inertia. If you have any doubt in finding the moment of inertia or center of gravity, you refer your engineering mechanics text or notes. Okay, and you substitute, you will be getting the answer. So that's all for today. Thank you. And in the next class, we will be studying about the plastic hinge. Thank you for today. So far what we have studied is the yield moment, plastic moment, yield section modulus, plastic section modulus, shape factor. Thank you.